Hello, hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of the Astral Calling here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls. Tonight, we have a spell jamming spectacular for you, but before we get into that, a few announcements. Number one being, we're back. Almost everyone got to meet Matt in person. Now we just have to
confirm he exists.
Now we just have to confirm Chad exists.
I believe Chad exists.
I believe Chad exists, but I also believe we will never truly confirm it.
I
like Wade on Kim Possible.
I will confirm Chad exists at some point.
I urge you not to. The cities near where I live, sure.
Yeah.
Where I live, I urge you not to go.
Well, no, at some point I'm going to get married, Chad. I'm going to invite you to the wedding.
Oh, okay. See,
yeah.
That's fair. But yeah, just not this place.
Don't go there. The elephant graveyard of the United States of America. But other things, shows on this channel. So many shows. Tomorrow night, Tabletop Bros. Very special stream starting soon screen. It's going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to it. It was Calf's idea. Then, Sunday, Will and Emily playing something together because Sarah's going to be at Ren Fair, and I've told Sarah not to rush home from Ren Fair to play Stardew with us. So I'm hoping that they listen. Then on Monday, Strength of Thousands Adventure Path. Matt's running that.
Hey.
Don't know what we're going to do. We beat up some demi-liches last week.
We did.
We did good. But, we'll have to clear out the rest of that temple now in Cult.
Who knows what's waiting beyond those doors?
I hope you do.
I'll never tell.
I mean, you will, eventually.
No, not even during the session. He's just never going to explain what it is that they find.
There'll be a series of hand gestures to denote what's actually happening.
The characters are going to have to react with theater of the mind.
Yes.
Then on Tuesday, Remnant 2 with one of the developers, a lovely, lovely person. We're going to do some grinding on stream to get our levels up a bit and get some more classes maxed out. We're going to talk about game development. We're going to talk about the One Piece video game. We're going to talk about the drama that's going on with Helldivers because they'll be fun to talk about and get some easy clicks. And I'll admit to it. I'll admit to talking about the stuff that's like relevant just for the clicks.
At least you're honest.
Yeah, I'll be honest about that. But I will not be honest about Wednesday night, Wild Ambition. It's going to be amazing. That I'm being honest about.
You weren't going to be honest.
But the thing I'm not going to be honest about is what we're going to be doing, because quite frankly, I don't know yet. Then, on Thursday, we're off. Go spend time with your loved ones. Or with yourself, Matt. I don't know.
Or avoid people.
You gotta love yourself before you can love others.
Yeah.
I mean, it certainly helps.
Wholeheartedly disagree. You can have a lot of self-loathing and still love others.
That was a trick lesson because I was trying to teach you all that someone can speak with authority and still be full of shit.
Well,
especially white males. Watch out for them.
Speaking of authority and being full of shit, hello, my name is William Banner, also known as Tabletop Rules on the Internet. And tonight we are joined by our lovely cast of characters. Of course, we have, for the Astral Calling, starting things off with someone who I imagine is full of sugar, spice, and everything nice. Rosalie playing Luna.
That's me. Hi, everybody.
And maybe some Chemical X.
Probably
some Chemical X. How you doing tonight, Rose?
You know what? I'm pretty good. It's been a nice day.
Y'all, I finally got to see the inside of Rosalie's apartment when I was visiting in LA, and I cannot wait to decorate mine to a similar level. It's going to be so much fun.
Will there just
Rose's
be an
apartment is
arch of
beautiful.
stitches, Will?
Yes, I have a whole bunch of them over there. I have a whole bunch of them over there. There's a whole bunch of stitches all over the place in my room right now. But speaking of people with beautiful apartments, Maya
Oh,
tonight playing Rash.
hello. Hello, everyone. Playing back and at it, playing your resident goblin granny. This is the pretty part of my apartment right now because I have just gotten back from a trip to Japan. And that suitcase has exploded everywhere. And then I also still have to unpack half of my apartment because I was in the process of moving when I left for said trip. So this is the pretty part. Yay!
Yay!
The best time to take a trip.
How was Japan?
Yeah. Listen, Japan was fantastic. Would go again, want to go again. There were parts of the trip that were like, as with any traveling, a little stressful, but overall loved it. Also, there were parts where I was just like, I needed to time manage better on this.
Mhm.
So, gonna do those things again next time, but better.
Yeah, sometimes, especially going somewhere you haven't been before, like, wait, you don't know what you don't know until
Yeah.
you're there, and it's like, oh, this is how I should handle this.
Yep.
Speaking of people who know how to handle themselves, we have a Chad playing
Wow.
Vim.
That was an interesting shot being fired.
How's that a shot? You can
We're just-
handle yourself.
I'm not gonna say a
It
word.
went right back to the well there. Yeah, I'm
Like,
bad playing Vim. And like always.
speaking of, like always, someone who's always here, never blinking, never moving, we have Matt playing Darius.
Are you gonna make him a liar?
Let's find
God
out.
damn it, Matt.
We'll find out. Matt is
Hello,
responsible.
everyone. I'm Matt, one half of Urbanoff and Mercedes, rules lawyers for you. We are now accepting clients.
Oh, Lord. Fun fact. Matt is responsible for all the overlays on the channel.
I have a compulsive need to create, and it's the only time when I'm at peace with the world.
And then we have, of course, the person who is not with us because they're doing a photo shoot, McKenna, who is normally playing Evie, one half of Lovey, everyone's favorite ship on this show. And you can find them on TikTok. I put a link in the chat. It's at McKenna Ray Art. Go show McKenna some love because, they're awesome. They deserve it. Much like everyone else on this channel deserves love and awesomeness. So, with that, I'm going to hit the button. We're going to roll the intro, and then we're going to get right into the game.
I reject the premise.
Last time on the Astral Calling. Quite honestly, I did not remember until I went back and watched the stream, which you can check out on our YouTube channel. Uploaded every Saturday. Matt makes a lovely thumbnail every week for them.
That was a bold admission.
I had put down my notes. I brought no notes with me for any of our current shows on the vacation. I actually took a week and rested,
Good for you.
Nice. Good job.
which is not something I have done in a hot minute.
When did you sneak off to rest during our trip, Will?
It was the entire thing was restful, like minus at night when I got punched in the face repeatedly. But that was,
What?
Emily has a habit when she's sleeping of just like moving.
Oh.
So I got punched in the face a bunch.
I slipped her a 20.
Don't call me up. There was one point where, like, literally, I had a pillow between us at one point, and she rolled onto her shoulder,
Don't call her out.
rolled
and then
over,
proceeds to
Too late.
immediately.
bopped me on the face, and then just rolled back. And I was just like,
There,
okay.
there's no rule of Fight Club that requires everybody to be
That's
conscious at
something,
the start.
something, love and war.
Kaguya-sama. But yes, so I actually had to go and look up where we were last time. Last time, you all got a bunch of magical rewards from Helios, if you recall.
Yes.
I gave
My
McKenna
god is the
the
best
chance to get access to a cloak of displacement the only time that I would give it to them, and they didn't take it. And it was nice. Everything was great. I think everyone got some really cool customized rewards. And we were picking up with you all basically getting back towards your ship after getting a night of rest on the station.
Oh, so we did get a rest, which
Yeah,
sucks.
you will get a long rest,
Apparently
and
I was a little jacked up.
you all basically can go into the war room on the ship, which is this like lovely like little
Ooh.
sort of table that just has like a holographic projection of the universe on it.
Wait, we have a war room on our ship?
Yeah.
How long has this been here? We just
Why
opened
not?
a door like, wait, have we never opened that door over there?
Yeah, it's one of the rooms that you have never been into. Milla's
What the-
found it.
I feel like Rash uses it to meditate.
How big is
like-
this ship?
Her
It's pretty
version of
big.
meditation.
Yeah, there's like just a yoga mat in the corner.
To give you a size of the ship, Matt, it's Normandy.
Which one?
Normandy 3.
There is no Normandy 3. There's just the first one and the one they rebuilt.
The Mass Effect 3, Mass Effect 2 is Normandy. The
Okay.
Cerberus one.
The Cerberus one.
Yeah.
With, as Joker called it at one point, ship cancer, before he fell in love
Yeah,
with
I fully thought they were talking about the country.
I did too.
Yes, this
Apparently, it's
this
not a
ship-
country; it's a region,
Yeah, this
specifically.
the Normandy region of France.
yeah.
No,
this-
You're right.
Where the landing is not going to happen. It's going to be in the Pas de Calais. Hear that, Rommel?
You good, Matt?
Oh yeah, nothing to see in Normandy.
I worry about Matt sometimes, chat.
No one gets my World War II humor.
It's World War II humor. But yes, basically, like, the ship is a decent size. It's about the size of the Normandy from, like, Mass Effect. I don't know, to give Rose well, I don't know if Rose would know, like, this, like, size of a bird of prey as well would be, like, a good equivalent.
like
You know, I've never actually got an indication of how big a bird of prey is, honestly.
About the size of the
So
Normandy
we've
from
got-
Mass Effect.
Country or region, bird. Somewhere
I'm like-
between
I'm like,
there.
wait,
I don't
like,
know how much more
Falcons
clear
are
we can
not
make
that
this.
Big. It's very small. How do we fit on this ship the size of a falcon?
I'm a centaur-sized creature.
Don't
Or
worry,
is it
it's
an
bigger on
ostrich?
the inside.
A kestrel?
A heron?
I was picturing an owl.
A full-throated wobbler?
Kingfisher?
Don't like that name.
Secretary bird? Secretary birds are cool. They
They're
stomp
pretty.
snakes to death.
I forgot about that fact.
I love birds.
I chose this
Hate
life,
them.
chat.
I fear them.
Yes, you do.
Something. Women love me, birds fear me. I don't know. I don't know.
No, this is true. This is true.
I love women. I fear birds.
Both are true.
I
That's
don't
going
know
to be a
what's-
shirt.
don't know
Actually, you know what,
what's
Matt?
happening.
I love woman, I fear birds is the title of tonight's episode now.
Send that to me in chat, and it'll be yours.
Yep.
I don't ask much. I ask you to send it to me in chat, so I don't have to remember things.
But That's where we left off last time. You all got your rewards. I do not remember what everyone took off the top of my head, but it should all be on your character sheets. So if you remember and want to share with the class, you can.
I'm gonna say, bold of you to think that we remember.
I remember.
What'd you get, Rose?
Sword Friend now should deal some extra fire damage. I took a buff.
What did you take,
I
Chad?
just tested it, so it works.
I have a ring to help control, basically to make my presence in dreams more controlled and less out of hand.
Nice. Matt, what did you get?
I took enough adamantine to make myself adamantine plate armor, so I now, as the healer, am immune to crits.
Nice. And what did you get, Maya?
I think this is when I got the, what did I get? I got, a buff for concentration, didn't I?
No, Maya, you were not here last week.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right. I didn't get shit.
That's
a trick question.
This is my trick question in transition into Helio's sort of choice of gifts for Rash.
Ooh, okay.
So, Helio has in front of you, Rash, 5 boxes, each with a different sort of planetary system on them labeled. And they'll say, Rash, for you, because I know you love cooking so much, I have gathered you some exotic ingredients from a variety of systems.
Interesting.
If you use these in your cooking, it can provide the benefits it can provide different benefits to a meal that you cook with the ingredients and to anyone who consumes it. E.g., Rash, you're going to get to pick between a basically Hero's Feast plus.
Nice.
So, in each of these boxes is enough ingredients for a Hero's Feast. It lets you basically cast the spell without needing to be able to cast the spell. However, in box number 1, it is from a planet that is largely ruled by undead creatures.
Oh.
A lot of dried meats and well-preserved meats, including some interesting mummified spices.
Delicious.
If
Jerky
you
mummy.
make a Hero's Feast using that box, your party will get resistance to necrotic and void damage.
So I have one regular Hero's Feast and the one regular, and one Hero's Feast plus dead people.
You get to pick one of these 5 boxes.
I see.
Yeah,
I
so
see.
it gives you, these boxes all give you a Hero's Feast, but each of them has a different additional effect.
Excellent.
Another
so
one.
there's plus dead people.
Yeah, plus dead people, plus elemental. This one has a variety of basically liquids and some rock salt and some interesting actual a little fire elemental trapped in a can to be used as the bottom of a campfire. If you cook with that one, you party gets resistance to cold, fire, lightning, and cold, fire, lightning, and sonic damage.
That's very specific.
Then in box number 3 is from a planet that has very high gravity. A lot of the stuff here is very dense.
Ignoring the laws of gravity.
There's very dense sort of rock fruits and very dense packs of meat. If you cook a meal with this, in addition to the benefits of Hero Feast, the party will get resistance to all physical, bludgeoning, piercing, slashing damage.
Ooh.
The box after that is from a station that's actually using the Astral Sea to grow crops, which will give you resistance to radiant damage. And lastly, the 5th box is from an incredibly toxic planet. The entire planet, Maya, is a poison swamp.
Nice.
Miyazaki.
See, my brain went to, yes, a planet with all the toxic partners. The toxic ex-partners.
So Dr. Teo's from there.
It's
Cook 'em. Cook 'em all.
the League of Evil Exes is from there. But more importantly, Maya, if you cook a meal using the spices and dried sort of plants from that one, it gives the party immunity to all diseases and sicknesses for the day, and resistance to poison damage.
Okay. Well, I'm kind of leaning towards the element buff. Either the element buff or the piercing yada yada buff that makes everybody like a barbarian.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with the element buff, because the one that's the barbarian buff will do things for everyone except me.
Fair enough. Elemental cooking. So that is fire, cold, lightning, and sonic damage. Or thunder damage, sorry. Have to remember what it's actually called in 5e.
Lightning, fire, cold, and thunder?
Yep, and thunder.
Oh, and but that's the sonic one?
Yeah, sonic is thunder. It's just I use the PF2.
I'm gonna put Sonic in there.
Ooh.
It specifically protects you from Sonic the Hedgehog.
Gotta go fast.
Has anybody seen the friggin' Knuckles show though? It's
Yes.
No.
It's been so good so far.
I saw a trailer for it.
The fact that they've announced that they've casted Shadow and then that they've casted a young blonde girl to play a role in it, I was like, I know what's going to happen.
The girl gonna get got.
That girl's going to get shot.
She gonna get got.
I just killed a girl named Maria.
It's no use. Anyway, I wonder how long till Silver the Hedgehog shows up in those films.
I just want them to finally cast Sonic's best friend, United States President. Or is it a different hedgehog?
This is a different hedgehog.
I have
I
made
know Rouge
several.
the Bat works with the president.
I've made several
So I
references to various Sonic characters, and then I always remember that some guy owns a handful of them from the comics and is very angrily protective of not letting people use them. But I don't remember which ones are the ones he owns and which ones are the ones they can use.
Yeah. Alright, so Maya, that's what you got in that sort of flashback. And yeah, we're going to jump back now to the current time where everyone is on the ship. You have the galaxy map in front of you. A couple reminders of stuff that you have going on. You have the ship of Astral pirates. The Astral Dreadnought. Excuse me. That has a Dr. Tolatio special on it. In addition to that, that Astral Dreadnought is also most likely where a former nemesis of the party is as well, in the form of Orly. In addition to that, we also have Gilded Garden that you can head to, where Aaron Hart is there and sort of waiting to meet up with the party. You know, after their entire system was eaten by darkness. And then last
We should probably check up on them.
And then last but not least, you have a astral ship that can take you anywhere in the universe you want. So if none of that sounds interesting, y'all want to do something else, you can.
I feel like we probably should check up on our elf friends.
I think that checking up on Aaron Hart would be a great idea.
I think we mentioned the possibility of trying to meet along the way, going to the pirate ships where the other bomb was.
Mm,
Oh, that is true. We also
That's
have to
true.
stop the other things from blowing
Yeah.
up.
And I
that
think
It's
that's
not
the
on the
last.
way.
That is true.
They're in different directions, but I think we talked about trying to get into like us not going like full speed or anything to like meet up on the way while we're headed towards the pirate ship area.
The Astral Dreadnought.
Yes, so that we wouldn't be going in the opposite direction and then turn around when there's one of
Yeah.
these black hole bombs still
Floating
out
around.
and about. Yeah.
Blowing things up is bad unless we're the
That-
ones doing it.
Yeah, that does seem like a pressing concern. Maybe we should take care of that.
But if he
Also, I'm assuming that we did have a long rest at some point.
Yeah, so you got one. You've been given the benefits of a long rest.
But if he
Huzzah.
has access to a ship, then we can just not go our fastest to let him catch up while we're headed in the correct direction.
I will tell you, Ironheart does not have access to a ship.
Ah, what a...
Because, you know, his entire system, including his family, where
Oh.
all of his wealth was, has
Maybe
been
maybe he
eaten
got
by
away.
darkness.
Maybe he got away in a ship that he has access to.
No, he got away using the same contingency that allowed him to meet up with you the first time, where his life was in danger, so it teleported him to Gildegarden. He tried to give it to the prince, but the prince said no. There was that whole cutscene that y'all saw.
Yeah.
And I still ship them. Is the prince dead?
They were consumed by darkness.
Shit. My ship. My second ship.
Will it be the only ship that sinks tonight? Who knows?
He said it twice now, people. I'm getting concerned.
Why?
So, okay, well that strikes that idea, so now I guess it's just up to a vote of what you all think we should do.
Ironheart did take care of...
just like stranded there, standing on a rock until we come get him.
He's on Gilded Garden, which is basically like one of the biggest sort of planets in this
He's like
system. He's
safe.
he's safe, and he
Fine.
also dealt with the bomb there for you all.
I say we do bomb first, then go get Ironheart.
That probably
But
makes
if
sense.
we are going to the dreadnought and there is the big dragon, would Ironheart be able to help us fight the dragon?
Maybe.
Fair
I do not
point.
remember fighting a dragon before, so it might be hard.
I don't think we've ever actually fought a dragon. We got shoved out an airlock to avoid fighting a dragon.
Oh, I
at this
just
point.
mean in general, I don't remember if I've ever fought one.
Me neither.
Maybe. Well, we could always just pick him up, swing by, grab him, head back.
How far out of the way is it?
Alright, so right now you are all at the Marred Poppy system, which is all the way over here on the left side of the map. Okay?
Yeah.
The Astral Dreadnought, also known as, is over in this area right now.
So we'd have to like triangle.
Gilded Garden
there, and
is
then
over here.
So it's like doubling the time to
Yes.
at least to get to there.
And I think it would be bad if that other bomb blew up and then there were more people consumed by darkness.
Yeah.
Okie dokie, then we will go fight the dragon and get the bomb and all of the things. Okie dokie.
I may have a plan to deal with the dragon, or at least help deal with the dragon if we
Alright.
have to fight them.
Well, it will take 3 days of travel on the ship to get there. I will give you all the options. Do you want to just say you travel and get there and we cut to you all arriving? Or would you all like some random traveling encounters?
Before we get to the random travel encounters, I have a question for the rest of the crew. I don't know why I'm making all these hand gestures. Does anyone need any small things made? I do have my ability where once a day I can spend an hour and I can take an equivalent monetary amount of scrap that fits within 1 square foot of, like 1 5-foot square, and I can reform it into something completely different of a similar monetary value. So if anyone needs any little doodads or tools or, I don't know, a paperweight. I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot asking, but...
I don't think so.
I don't
Certainly
think
maybe.
I need anything, although that does remind me, I do have something to give to Vim.
Uh-huh.
Vim, fully forgot about this as I was rummaging through some old knickknacks. This is from your mother. And then Rash hands Vim the, it's a box of it's a finger box.
Going for a full set.
Yeah, because the last time we were with Mother Myrtle, she gave me a finger box for Vim, and I have labeled here as a treat.
Now Vim gets a
You know.
little treat.
A finger as a treat.
As a treat.
Yeah,
So
Vim.
this is how you say home gift from your mother.
I
Care package, if you will.
recognize, as soon as I saw it, I recognized what it was. I'm not going to ask. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. But hey, 26.
Your lock picks will now get a +1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was just... It's... Roll 20 is being finicky and not wanting to give me the gear icon specifically. Okay, I think I got it. There we go. Okay. I feel so many... Man, this guy was a real... He was a real star at picking locks. I know she has more, and I've got, I have 3 or 4, no, 5 of his
I was
fingers
gonna
now.
say, have you collected a full hand
Yes,
now?
I've got a
or-
full hand now. Yeah, because it's a
Rash.
+3 now, and the first 2 was
No,
what
she
just
does
gave me
not.
proficiency.
Rash gives a high five to the dead hand.
But it's just the fingers, so I'm just holding the fingers to do it. Well, pirates like to keep things locked up, so this could be real useful for us. Who knows what we could find and take from them before we save them from a black hole.
Potentially, we could loot the dragon. He looted us. I think that's fair game.
Oh yeah, I have plans when it comes to the dragon.
I fear my plans may run opposite to your plans.
Really?
Well, I'm just so there's absolutely no confusion or anything. My only plan is like, mechanically speaking, if we get into a fight with them, I can try banishing them, and then we can just get the black hole and deal with that before we even have to deal with the dragon. And now, having saying that, I am prepared for Will to find some way to not allow me to do that.
Well,
Whatever do you mean?
it also requires a saving throw, so it's all.
Yes,
regardless, it's going to be
But here's
a
the thing:
rough thing.
I can cast Bane first, and then they'll get negatives to their save.
There's this thing called
Don't
legendary
tell him your
resistances.
plans, Matt. He'll make contingencies.
No, there's a thing
Also, I
called
think
legendary
both of those
resistances.
No.
require
You're-
concentration, so you break the concentration when you cast a new spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you don't need to build contingencies for that because it's a dragon. Its stats and legendary resistance are already the contingency. It's not impossible, but building contingencies on top of that.
Oh, I have a
It's
plan
just
to
a
fight
lot.
the dragon. I am
Fight
going to
it?
stab it with the pointy end.
I like your plan.
That's a good start.
It doesn't technically get a save against that.
I
No,
will
it's
hit
just
with
about
big
getting
frying pan.
Also, doesn't get a save against that.
As for your question, Will, that we have now danced around. I would love some random travel encounters.
All right.
And I have
Me too.
a-
That sounds great.
and I have a thing for one of the nights. So we could do like maybe the first day.
Yeah, we'll do the first day. Let's do the first day first. Who would like to roll my D100 for this?
I nominate Rose as usual.
Fair. Alright.
Seconded.
52
Right in the middle.
cards in a deck.
So, as the ship is flying through the astral space, there is a beeping on the sensors. Evie says, everyone, we might want to get onto the bridge.
Okie dokie.
All right. And is this a familiar beeping? Like I'm going to the bridge, but is this?
Yeah, this is the proximity beeping.
Gotcha. Okay.
And as you all get up onto the bridge, you can see that Evie's brought the viewfinder down so you can all see outside. And flying across the astral sea, leaving comets basically in their wake, is a massive dragon. This dragon dwarfs your ship. Like it is the size of a planet.
Ooh.
What color is it?
White.
Is it still?
Are its eyes blue?
Yes.
Ah.
And it flies through the
I don't think
astral
so,
sea.
yeah.
And as it's flying, how would you all like to progress? What would you all like to do? Planet-sized dragon.
I wave hello.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I just wave at it?
As you all wave at the dragon, its head kind of like turns so it's sideways facing you all.
Sort of a
I
continent
would
looking
like.
at us.
I would like to throw some beef jerky out the airlock for it.
I'm sure it'll notice that.
Would you like
I'm
to do
going
that?
to do it anyway.
I'm not
yes.
stopping you.
I'm gonna do
I'm
it.
just chuckling.
Rush,
at them.
make me an animal handling check.
Hang on, I gotta get back to the page.
Can I give her guidance?
Yep.
Guidance.
Got a D4.
The blessing of the forge upon you.
All right, animal handling. I'm gonna need it because I don't have good animal handling.
Oh.
What's your
you-
guidance?
A
It's a
D4.
D4.
A D4.
Maybe you'll hit 10.
The Did it click?
What
It
to
didn't.
call like a planet-sized dragon, who I'm assuming is intelligent, an animal?
Ah,
Why won't it roll? Roll the thing.
this specific dragon is very special.
Do you want me to roll a D4?
Oh,
There
Oh,
we
there
go.
we go. We got like
They
30.
all loaded at once. Oops.
So we got 10. The jerky will be fed to the dragon,
Huzzah.
Yay!
and as it does, it lets out like a little puff from its nose that covers the ship in like icy stars for a second.
Oh, really? Do it again. Mr. Dragon, do it again!
Now, what do you think that thing usually eats?
Mr.
I'm gonna
Dragon,
hold up-
you have to do
I'm
it
gonna
again!
hold up 2 thumbs, be like, "Excellent work, my friend."
They'll do it again with you asking for it, Luna.
Yes.
That same thing. And then they'll notice the fact that Luna's the one saying all of this.
Oh boy.
And they will let out another puff onto the ship. And Luna, in your head, you hear, "It is so good to see you again," as the dragon flies off.
Aw. Interesting.
We heard none of that.
Luna has the heart of the cards.
And the liver.
Oh, blue eyes, white, and ha ha. I just got it.
Did you
Rose.
just get that?
I just
Did
got
you
that.
just
Well.
understand that? Will.
Where I asked
William.
if it had blue eyes.
Oh,
No.
that boy.
I
That
thought-
boy.
Anyway,
You didn't set that up?
no, I
Yeah.
didn't. This is a canonical character.
Oh.
And we all thought you were doing a bit.
No, I wasn't. This was this is an important NPC.
I mean,
Um,
This
I know.
is Peas Blossom all over again.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I know what dragon that is.
Oh yeah, Chad, would you like to tell the class so that Rose can get really excited?
We were pretty familiar with that dragon last campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was mentioned early in this campaign that dragon kind of like got real big with the
Yeah.
with the whole master becoming a deity kind of situation.
Oh, the little ice puffy yes. Okay, that's delightful. I am sad McKenna is not here for this. I am going to tell her all about it on Sunday if she doesn't get told before then. In fact, I'm going to tell her anyway, because we're riding to the Ren Fair together. So, but Luna is like that. She like tries to reach back out mentally, knowing that it's probably like gone too far now. But like, wait, do I know you? I've forgotten everything.
There's no response, unfortunately.
Oh. Then she says, "Oh, that dragon knew me somehow, but I can't remember it.
What do you mean it knew you?
It said it was good to see me again in my head."
Rash like rubs Luna's back and she's like, "Do not worry, bunny. We will get your memories back."
I mean, it's very possible a creature that big and that old has seen a great deal, and we are all made of the same stardust, so...
I don't know. There's a lot that I still don't remember about my past, so I must have known the dragon somehow.
I mean, something. I mean, space is big, but also that dragon is colossal. So
It is heckin'
beyond
huge, isn't
beyond colossal. So
Rash,
maybe if we happen to catch a glance of it again, we can steer
Nope.
towards it.
McKenna jumped into chat and probably just missed it too.
Okay, so McKenna, we just saw Airless. Who knows Luna somehow. Also, I have Evie Slime here in your absence. Oh, you were so sweet, just handing us out hero.
we love you. There we go.
McKenna.
It's hit now.
Airless is like the size of a planet. Your little baby dragon, like planet-sized, and knows Luna, and said that she missed me. Yes. Same.
My baby!
Still baby.
If he's still baby.
They look very well fed, McKenna, so... I
And
think
Rash
they're
just
taking
gave
good
them
care
some
of
jerky.
Yeah, Rash fed her jerky.
But yes, so as that event ends and that astral dragon flies off into the distance, you start traveling more, and eventually it comes to nighttime. Vimbus, you wanted to do something.
Yeah. As people are settling down, where it doesn't look like they're going to be looking around or too active. Maybe for the first time, Vim goes to his room
Ooh.
and locks the door behind him, sets the his crossbow down, this emerald kind of scaled crossbow. Remembering when they identified it earlier, it was labeled as slumbering. Because you can't exactly wear a ring on barbs, but knowing the nature of magical items, which will kind of fit where they need to be, Vim's kind of put the the ring over, so it's kind of like almost like a bead now on one of his like long feathery kind of eyebrow
Mm-hmm.
antenna that stick out, so it's on there. And when he's kind of beginning to go to sleep, uh trying to combine his whatever natural ability he has, the power of this ring, the fact that this crossbow is obviously tied to dragons and is slumbering in some aspect. I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts as he's kind of drifting off and trying to use the ring and trying to make some kind of connection with whatever remnants of some entity that must be tied to this crossbow.
So, Vim,
Yeah.
as you slumber, you enter a dream. And in this dream, you find yourself in a mountain range. However, it is very strange because you would think there would be sky, but the mountains just form into other mountains, and it creates this sort of like infinite universe of mountains.
That's something.
Whilst you are here, in a draconic, basically, lump, a form you can see in front of you, this dragon that is just covered in scales. It is each of the scales forming into a different color.
Huh.
But at the tip of them, that slight emerald tint. And standing in front of this slumbering dragon is what appears to be a sapphire sort of colored dragonborn. And upon seeing you basically up on top of the ridge, they hold their arm out. They form like a cane out of crystal just from the air in front of them. And they basically begin walking up the ridge towards Vim.
Oh, well, I'm not gonna be a dick in this instance. I can fly. I'll meet them, so they don't have to walk with a cane up this ridge.
As you land in front of them, they give you a sly smile. I appreciate the meeting of me halfway.
If it was the least I could do.
It seems you found your way into this. Oh, I won't call it a prison, as it is not really a prison by general means, but it seems you found your way inside.
It took some doing, but I pieced it together.
Oh, that's good. Well, welcome.
What is this?
This is the consciousness of the weapon in front of you.
I mean, that's what I was aiming for. I guess I just wasn't sure what to expect.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am, and then it's just static. Appears as though it can't be that easy. That's a shame. Oh well, I suppose we'll have to follow the standard rules for this.
Oh, are there standard rules for this? I tend to just make them up as I go.
Yes. You wish to unlock more of this weapon's capabilities, correct?
Yeah, I've been getting hints and gleams of things I might be coming up against, and as pleased as I've been with it so far, could always use a little bump.
Well, if you want to strengthen it, you will need to know my name. So, follow me. They basically turn around. They start walking down towards that dragon.
Following along.
As they're walking, they will continue to talk to you. This place was once a world on its own. However, it was contained within this weapon as a means of ensuring that its issues would not spread to the rest of the universe.
What issue?
There were a number of people on this world who wished themselves to rule it, and would wish to rule the larger universe if they ever made it off planet. Most of them have been dealt with, but a few remnants remain, and that is what this place protects. It prevents them from leaving. He hits the ground beneath him, and like a hole kind of opens up, and beneath you can see an entire planet. Highlights include in this sort of like autumnal, permanently autumn forest, this like thriving city. Then to the west of that, another sort of like more standard fantasy city, but that one's been destroyed a fair amount. And then far off to the west on another basically like part of that continent near the coast, you can see what appears to just be the electrified remains of another city. It looks like it had been completely destroyed and is just sparks of electricity coming off the ground. Of course, this is one of many. Hitting it again, another basically world beneath you. This one, once again, rather standard looking, basic fantasy. You can see a sort of like mining operation that has been a mining town that has been building itself up.
The damage and stuff that seeing on the one world and any other worlds that are shown, does it look similar or completely different from kind of the leftovers when the Calstigian Order attacks?
Completely different.
Completely different. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask them, like, have you? This doesn't look like them, but the inability to say the name kind of reminds me of some things I've come across with a group in the other outer world. I do a lot of realm hopping these days.
The Calstigian Order.
Okay, so you do know.
Yes, they are the cause of many problems throughout what you may call the multiverse. The thing that drives that order in your universe is what I would consider to be the origin of all evil.
Pretty bold.
From my understanding, from what I've been able to observe from my position, which, you know, as a guard is not amazing, but it is here. From what I can tell, whatever force drives the Calstigian Order from the darkest part of the multiverse that it exists in has been trying to pull its way into so many places just to take a bite and to consume all that it can see.
Yeah, my friends and I've run into some that seem to think that there might be something after, but pretty sure it's just devouring.
That is its goal. Consume all so it can be the most powerful entity in all of existence.
Yeah, that sounds about right. She said you're the guard, so I'm assuming the sleeping one over there is the being in question as far as the crossbow.
She is their power source, yes.
Okay.
I warn you, though this item may seem standard for its type, there are other crossbows like it in the universe. This particular one is unique. When it awakens, it will have different abilities than what you would expect. But for now, we need to reach the first stage.
Yeah, tell me what I need to do.
Step one is quite simple. You simply need to pass a test. Are you prepared to take it?
Prepared, maybe not, but we're going to do this anyway because I don't. Because lots of people's lives are at stake, but some important people's lives, I think, are at stake.
Well then, let's get it started. And they hit their cane against the ground, and a large crystal grows behind them, and then it shatters, and behind them now is a cart. Just like a standard cart, and they walk over, they open the back door of it, and like some stairs fall down. If you're ready to begin, follow me. And they walk into the cart.
I'll follow.
Vim, as soon as you cross the threshold of this door, you find yourself stepping onto the street of a city, of a metropolitan city. It is absolutely intriguing. The structures are wood and plaster. There are power lines. It's like an old sort of like London sort of time period. And as you step into the city, you just hear a singular word in the back of your head in this voice. Survive. What would you like to do?
So, I guess the first thing is when I'm coming in, what are the people like here?
All pretty standard fantasy fare, mostly human in this city.
Okay.
A lot of them seem to be carrying these, like, a couple of them have these, like, electrical based weapons that have, like, coils attached to them that are attached to these power lines that seem to be walking through the city. And as they're, like, walking towards you, they see you appear. Two of them start walking towards you, but as they are, a, like, jolt of energy comes through those lines, and you see this jolt surging through the entirety of all these power lines, and the two people in front of you just become dust. And then panic ensues.
Okay, how heavy, I guess, let's say, is, like, these lines that are above, are they, like, crisscrossed all over the place? Or are
They are
orderly?
crisscrossed all over the place, but it's sort of not like, it's not like messy, it's very ordered, like crossing. There's not much empty space outside, and you can see a lot of them like attach to houses and go inside of the homes as well.
Right. And it just looked like, did it look like it was just random that the power came down to those people?
It surged through the entire thing, and basically as it passed you, it hit them, and then it dusted them. And now the spots behind you are popping with electricity. Like you can hear shocking and popping and shocking and popping and shocking and popping and sparks raining down.
Okay. Yeah, well, I guess I'm gonna move, but I'm trying to, I do want to avoid, I mean, there's a lot of people, so there's only so much I could do, but I want to avoid crowds, especially if I'm causing these sparks. I'm not trying to dust people.
Fair enough. Vim, make me a perception check.
Wow.
24. All right, so there are a few sort of like large landmarks that you can see around you. In the distance, towards like the end of this road, there's a very tall lighthouse that is inexplicably the only non-electrically powered thing in the city. From what you can tell, it has like a large like beacon at the top of it. Other than that, there's some alleyways that seem to not have people in them, and people aren't running into them. And then also in the middle of the street, there is like a sewer grate as well.
If I peek into the alleyway where the electricity doesn't seem to be running into them, are the power lines still like well over them?
Yes.
All right, then I think that I'll head to the lighthouse.
Right. Vim, as you start making your way up the street, we're going to jump into everyone else for a second. Matt, Urbanov, Darius, Rash, and Luna. As the three of you are getting ready for bed, you see Vim go off, and then about 3 minutes later, the power on the ship starts to mess up a little bit.
I also love the implication that Matt is
Matt
a
and-
character in this part.
They've been in the fridge the whole time.
Matt and Urbanov, two separate characters.
Entities.
Both in the fridge.
I mean, one of me gets lonely and the other is just very nice.
Aw.
The moment the power starts flickering, I just kind of pop my head out of my room. Rash, concerned, are you running the microwave and the kettle at the same time? You know that has a problem.
Rash is in the kitchen banging on pots and pans together. So she just turns around and goes, "Huh? What? Speak up."
Clarification, are you just banging clean pots and pans together?
I'm getting rust off.
That's just moving the rust from the pans to the counter or possibly onto other plates. I have a scourer, I can do that.
This is the best method. Trust me.
It's a very loud method. And I'm like, I've got, well, no, I look Rash with the, I'm not going to say I have the biggest ears,
Your
but
body talking and banging instead of sleeping.
I just realized everyone who's not in the dream right now does have significant ears. Cat ears, bunny ears, goblin ears.
And Evie can have ears as big as she wants.
That's true.
She could just be one giant ear if she wanted to.
Yeah, let's not
She
let's
could
not go
be.
there.
She could be.
Or one giant foot.
Kind of squishes over. Would you still love me if I'm an ear?
Yeah, okay.
You hesitated there for a second.
Rash is sweeping up the rust buildup on the floor now into a pan.
I just feel like that's extra steps you didn't need to do. Also, though, I guess the power is flickering. I don't know why I'm concentrating on the pans.
Ah!
I'm gonna sit down, close my eyes, and put my hand on the ship's wall, and just try and commune with the machine.
Yeah, I'm gonna rub the counter and be like, "Are you doing all right there?"
Is everything all right?
There's, as you put your hand on the wall, can you make me a dexterity saving throw?
Can I
no, it's-
somehow? Can I give him help? Maybe.
This is my worst save, potentially. Actually, no, intelligence is my worst. No, actually, no, dexterity is worse. I have 0.
So, Darius, you don't take any damage. But electricity runs through your entire body quickly.
Oof.
And yeah, now Darius is a
Chia pet.
chia pet.
That's pretty cute.
Which looks even weirder because parts of it are covered by armor, so it can't poof out. So it's like armor, flat, poof.
That's pretty cute.
Wait,
Also-
do it again.
Also, probably loose things start sticking to the armor
Yeah.
because it's statically charged now,
Yep.
like paper.
Yeah, Rash is gonna pat the fur.
Rash,
I'm
as you're
just sticking small metal objects, like small objects.
Clink, clink.
clink clink, As the party does that, we jump back to Vim. Vim, as you are
Attach
I'm
some
so glad we
magnets
did
onto.
that.
Yeah, attach some magnets onto his armor.
as you're running through the streets, can
Wait,
you
no,
make
no, no.
me a dex save to avoid lightning bolts?
Lightning bolt.
Yeah.
Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt.
26.
Nobody's.
That'll be a success. You're going to take half of this damage.
Ooh, hoo, hoo. Ooh, okay.
15 lightning damage.
Alright. Don't want to do that too many times.
But
I
as
love that
you
so far, no
you
one's
make it
commented on the absence of Vim.
you make it out of the city proper and like up on towards the lighthouse. You get to the door of the lighthouse. What do? It is locked.
I'll knock first
There's no
and
answer.
just call, hey, I could use some help.
There's no answer.
I'm not trying to be a jerk in case there's anybody in here, but I am picking this lock. I'm gonna pick the lock.
Okay, make me a check with your thieves tools. With your fingers. With your fingies. Yeah, 26. You
26.
pop it open. You're able to start running up to the top of the lighthouse.
Yeah, I'm running up the walls at this point. Just...
Yep. When you get to the top, you see a beam of electricity from like the central area of town. You see a massive building. It's like, it appears to be a huge shop. That's all the electricity is like coming from. Like at the top of it, there's a clock tower that has like power lines going out to every other part of the city. You see a bolt of lightning just shoot up from the sky of that shop and just melt everything around it. And then flying out towards this lighthouse is a blue dragon. That as it's flying towards you, it has like this like look. It has a look of anger in its eye, and its mouth is just filling with lightning. It looks like it's going to probably do a big.
So I'm gonna get. And this is me at the top of the lighthouse?
Yep.
From the top of the lighthouse, some of them are enclosed, but some of them aren't. Can I get like right outside of it?
Yep.
From the top? From the opposite side of where the dragon is, I'm going to just kind of out and kind of dive bomb down, trying to keep the lighthouse between me and it.
Yeah.
To try and get away.
As you dive bomb down, you hear a roar and a huge bit of like sonic force hits your back, even through the lighthouse, because as it does, a bolt of lightning just breaks through the building of the lighthouse. You've managed to avoid that, but now as you're falling with style, there is lighthouse parts that are falling down with you.
I'm gonna try to misty step, like straight.
Just straight out of it.
Yeah, to avoid the falling debris.
Sure, I'll let you use Misty Step. You only have to check for that. And yeah, as like it falls, that dragon flies right overhead of you and goes out into the distance and disappears. What do you do?
Survive. So the thing that getting higher is probably not, in case it swings back around. I need to find a place that's not.
It has fully left. Like the dragon has disappeared. Yeah.
And from where I'm at here, are there like people?
You can't see any people. You'd have to fly up slightly to be able to like see back into the city, or what's left of it.
I wanna see if there are people and what they are doing.
As you fly back towards the city, you see basically standing in the center of the crater is that same sapphire-looking gemstone dragonborn. And they're just kind of standing there looking, and they just give you like a polite little wave.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if this is just this is where I'm sitting here watching from, or if I need to get to them.
They start walking towards you.
Okay. Yeah, I will try to get to them.
As you land beside them, they let out like a light applause for you. Congratulations, you've survived the first test to get to the first stage. There'll be more, but they cannot be taken for some time.
Okay. That was a lot.
Yes.
Is this one of the worlds like in here?
Yes, a memory of it.
So those people like were already
Yes.
gone. Okay. That's kind of a relief.
They hit the cart on the ground again, and you just see this like cart, that same cart that you saw earlier, just absolutely destroyed. They hit like the broken charred wheel of it, and it kind of puts itself back together, and they just let out a little bit of a chuckle. I wish I could really do this. And they just open up the door and they walk back into it.
Yeah, I'll walk back into it as well.
You're back into that same area now, that mountain, that infinite mountain range, and in front of you now that like chromatic rainbow gemstone dragon. It's not awake, but it does seem to be rousing.
I guess before I go, is it okay if I say something to her?
You may. I do not know if she will be able to hear you, but
I got tricks. Maybe she will. I'm going to speak telepathically in Draconic to, because for some reason green hags get Draconic as a language, and all of my languages are what a green hag knows. And yeah, just telepathically. He says, I don't hope it's not too intrusive, me doing this, but you know that I appreciate what help I can get here. Maybe it's selfish, but there's people that I don't want separated and dead, and I think we could do a lot for them and maybe a lot of other people too. So just thank you. And just leaves it at that.
you hear a few words in your head in a calming, soothing voice. I am more than happy to help any of your incarnations. And then you're out of the dream. The power on the ship has stopped flickering. Darius is suddenly no longer magnetized, and all the clattering just hits the ground.
Well, what was that?
When I
45?
hear the immediate sound of all that, I will kind of sneak out of my room and just kind of come down the hall. I'm just like, why are you guys making so much noise?
Hold on, I have a passive
Darius was
perception.
poofy.
I'm an expert in stealth.
I mean, you can roll a stealth check. Huh?
Oh, that wasn't
19? Does that beat your
That-
passive?
I only have a passive of 15.
Huh? There you go.
So,
But
I
Chad.
don't think I can do the thing where cats jump up in the air and spin around. What's
Chad, your
Which
weapon is
armor?
now at the next stage, which I do believe is now rousing.
Stirring. But
Stirring.
Same meaning, different.
Stirring,
word.
rousing, yeah.
that? Will, is
Yes.
this not a legally distinct vestige of divergence?
No.
Okay.
No, it's actually it is an official weapon, though I'm at the later stages. We may change some things.
I'm changing things at the later stages for you, Chad.
It's a Dragon's Wrath weapon from the Fizban's Treasury of Dragons.
I did not know that other weapons beside the vestiges of divergence had different stages.
Maybe that's where they got the idea from, but there's this, and then I think the book for Theros has some
Theros.
things like that. But this is from the Dragons one.
Wait, hold on. A thought just occurred to me. I'm sorry to derail the conversation. I've never read the Theros source book. Do they have Elspeth's sword in that?
Yes.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, it's a good weapon. But...
Till God stabs you with it.
No, well, fuck Helio.
I mean, he's dead. Who cares? He's dead.
He's a Phyrexian now.
He's the worst.
No, he's a dead Phyrexian.
It's even better. We all hate Heliod in this house.
Yeah, all my comrades hate Helios.
And okay, so
Heliod.
Vim probably didn't recognize us at first, and of course he keeps his stuff with him because he doesn't usually go into his room.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got his weapon now, and the weapon, the hand crossbow, probably has a little bit more detailing onto it. The little ends of it probably come into like almost like horns along with the scaled emerald. So like the weapon does look different now.
I mean, I'm not gonna assume Luna will notice that.
Yeah, it depends on like who would even pay attention to a thing like that.
No,
but
Luna
it
does not notice.
But it is different.
I feel like Darius
Rash might notice an aesthetic
weapon,
difference,
yeah.
but
Like you might have paid attention to like it's a weapon, so I know what that
Yeah.
weapon is. So yeah, you guys just having a party out here, making a bunch of noise, throwing a bunch of metal stuff on the floor? Like,
well, I was just doing my
wait,
basic cleaning,
wait,
and
are
then
you
Darius turned into a puffball.
Darius
wait, are
was-
you all just throwing things at Darius? Why is this all stuff at Darius?
No, I was sticking them on him, but then he got unpoofy and they fell off.
No, Darius is still poofy. He's just not
Oh.
electrically charged.
There
anymore.
just seemed to be
he's
some
still
sort of
goofy.
magnetic surges happening on the ship. Perhaps too many appliances plugged in at once.
We could be passing through a undetected spatial anomaly. There's a lot of things in the Astral Sea that are, or not the Astral Sea.
The Astral Sea.
Okay, the Astral Sea that is not fully understood.
Before I say anything else,
That
I'll
is
ask one
everything.
question. Is anybody hurt?
I don't think so. I received
I do not believe so. I asked the ship really quick. Ship, you are not hurt when we plug too many things into you, yes?
I think maybe the better question is not that. Maybe the better question is, you weren't
I just
hurt.
had the ship.
You weren't hurt by what just happened, right?
Does not seem so. We seem all right.
Okay, well, nobody needs to worry. It may or may not have had something to do with me. But
Did you plug too many things into your room?
not exactly, but in a way, maybe you could finagle it to mean something like that. If you wanted to.
Oh, did you
Try.
leave the curling iron on? Because Evie told me not to do that.
Or are you making waffles, perhaps, in your quarters? Those draw a
Do
surprising
not
amount
be
of powers.
silly, Darius. Vim does not go to his room.
He doesn't?
No.
I'm afraid I've perhaps spent too much time in my room
Yes.
praying, and so I have not observed the habits of everyone on the ship. I apologize if it seems I'm unobservant.
Yeah, as many times as we've interrupted you in your room, and you've never come to interrupt me in my room.
No, I'm trying to set a better example.
Oh, is
Yeah.
that what you were doing?
Yes.
Oh.
Apparently not good enough. I feel shame now.
I thought you were praying.
I mean, I was
And
technically doing both.
specifically in that tone of voice.
Yeah.
I was trying something, and things happen. You know what? I think this ring works. I decided to flex some particular muscles, and nobody had horrific nightmares. So progress. Right? That's progress from the last time I did something
Well,
like
I
that.
was not asleep.
I was not asleep either, but it seems that no one got injured, so that is plus sign.
Yeah. Must not get.
Darius, were you asleep? Did anything
I
happen?
was actually just double checking if cats even dream.
I must not even. I must
Cats
not.
dream.
They do dream.
I have witnessed my cat dream and chase something in her dreams.
Do cats
It's
dream
very
of
cute.
electric sheep?
I think maybe I was just
They dream of electric mice.
anticipating my experiment a little much, a little more than I figured. I thought everybody had kind of wound down for the night.
I
But maybe it's a good thing.
I will admit, my dreams consist mostly of blueprints, smithies, sorting ingots, and Ito.
Sorting. You know what? We'll continue. I don't need to know. That's not my business.
Sorting ingots is very
I
calming.
mean, as a dream god, is it your business to know what people dream?
I don't think I need to know what everybody is dreaming about all the time. I think that would be maddening. And that could be a horrifying nightmare for me.
But if you were a
Noted.
dream god, you could just take away your own nightmare.
Let's not say if.
I'm still a little hazy on the whole concept of you assuming divinity, but I must ask: have you had to start like issuing spell slots to clerics, or have any warlocks attempted to make you like deals with you?
We're in early days still.
Is there paperwork?
No, apparently there's other dream gods that are in some ballpark between amused and infuriated, but holding it together about it.
That raises an interesting question,
union.
though. Oh, unions are good.
The Dream God Union?
Well, that does raise a question, though, because if there are
The Dream
other
God
dream
Union
gods,
makes us
Vim
strong.
Vim breaking picket lines.
ooh,
Nah, Vim's not a scab.
space scab.
We don't know that.
I'm forming my own union.
With blackjack and hookers. If there are a number of dream gods, I imagine that would mean that your portfolios are slightly different. Do you have specific domains that set you apart from other dream gods? Like, are you the god of dreams, but also hopes and aspirations, opposed to dreams, nightmares, and fears?
See, I have so far dabbled a little bit in both. I can say the people that seem to be following me so far all say that but that I took a certain proactive stance in, saved, as well as I think there were some people that I just kind of like shouted out to, and some of them kind of hopped on board. We're early days. We're kind of settling in. All I can say is it's not so much an assumption of divinity at this point, because clearly another dream god recognizes it, and whether or not they appreciate
I see you have been ratified by the Union. Okay.
or don't like it is up in the air.
Are we concerned that interactions
No.
with this other dream god may not be as benevolent as they appear? Could they be?
I'm not saying they appear benevolent. I'm saying it's up in the air how. I'm saying they might be ambivalent. They show a amused nature about it, but that could be hiding rage, and I'm not sure yet.
I would think, and I feel bad thinking about this to anyone, much less someone I have never met and shouldn't really judge, but I would think, in my experience, that gods that have sort of agendas, like unlike the Divine Spark, which doesn't really have an agenda, sort of, it just sort of is.
Right.
But other gods that have more personality and agendas, they might be sort of jealous of guarding their domains. I worry they might be working to undermine you.
That's a distinct possibility that I'm aware of as a possibility. The only thing I can say is that right now we both don't want existence ended.
That's fair. That's common ground.
Maybe I'm a little more proactive in that. They're a little more delegating. but
Oh.
they've been around longer, so you know.
Oh, I've heard about this. I've never read any about this because it's not really my genre. But could this be the beginning of one of those enemies to paramours I've heard about?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Who is Della and what is she gating?
Delegating meaning instead of
Della's
trying to-
this duck android that's been stuck on the moon for a hot minute.
Yes.
instead of taking it, taking action themselves, they are telling their followers to take action.
So they are being lazy?
I don't know. Maybe it's a lot.
They are more
telling
being
on the
general.
people.
They can see from larger view, and they can see the details that others may not be able to, and send people to do the detailing.
I'm not trying to start a dream war, so right now I'm just going to say I'm a little more proactive and leave the like qualitative aspects of that to however people feel.
Although you are right, Luna, sometimes if you get bad general or bad commander, they can be very lazy and do too much delegating.
But the kind of core thing for today is that I took a gamble. It seems to be paying off. Maybe I could have died. I don't know. I don't know what actually would have happened, but I didn't.
I am glad that you did not.
And
die.
nobody here had horrific nightmares or got hurt. So I think we're on a good path forward. But yeah, no mysteries on, I think, whatever was going on with the lights and everything. I don't think it was utilities. I don't think it was space things. I think it might have been me.
Space utilities.
Yeah, I don't think it was space utilities.
Our space utility bill hasn't been paid on time.
You got to do your fancy taxes, folks.
You know what? I leave all the paperwork to Evie.
I think we all leave the paperwork to Evie.
I mean, she probably enjoys it, honestly.
It was the one thing Dr. Tolatio could trust her with.
Yikes.
Oh!
Bitch.
Rude!
Way to make me feel guilty for leaving the paperwork to Evie.
I'm glad she's not in the chat now.
Ah.
Listen, he's a villain. He can be evil.
He is. That's fair.
Yeah, I'm gonna
But we
enjoy
can-
killing him.
We don't
Did we
object.
kill him yet?
No.
We didn't
No.
kill him yet. He's still out there.
We imagined it many times.
He had contingencies.
Yeah.
Wishful thinking.
What he probably doesn't have contingencies against is a frying pan to the face, because honestly, he's a pretty smart guy, but that seems like something so outside
It is hard.
of what he
It is
could
hard to make
anticipate.
contingency for that. It is true.
It's
He
like,
does-
did you just
he-
hit me with a frying pan? That's
He
so
has
illogical.
he has not watched Tangled, so yeah.
Oh, so he's uncultured. Okay.
And I've got this name written
Look
down,
at
but I
you,
forgot
Evie.
to.
Wanna go
I forgot to notate this specifically. Will
Mhm.
was the dream goddess that I met? Is Chandradar the name?
Yeah, Chandra Jar was the name.
Okay.
Bless you.
That
Yeah,
was
so
the
if
name
you-
of the other
if-
dream goddess.
If you hear about a Chandradar, that is the dream goddess that may not care, might be amused by, or might hate me, and I don't know yet. So just as a heads up.
Okie dokie.
Good to know.
Darius, if you want to make a religion check,
I would love to do so.
if you'd like to learn more about Chandradar.
Nat 20.
So, Darius, here's the thing about Chandradar.
Can't crit skills.
She is a goddess of dreams, but specifically her purview for dreams is dreams that some might consider delirious. So, like, one of her domains is the delirium domain.
Nice.
Oh.
So you know those dreams that are like you know, the dreams are just like, oh, this person I've never met but I've always loved will fall in love with me upon seeing me on first sight. Like, those types of dreams. Those are from Chandradar.
Or when my arm
That feels more delusional.
Yeah.
And delirium, I'm like, I
Yeah.
opened my fridge and there's a portal to a pond of ducks who are playing poker.
That also
and then
is
they invite
under...
me in.
Or my
like
arm was made of ice
Wonderland,
cream.
like an Alice in Wonderland.
Yes,
dream
so
is
it's the
delirium.
delirious and
We're all mad
delirium.
here.
So it's both of them. So, like, any Alice in
it's-
Wonderland
so it's-
dreams are hers.
So it's delirium and delusion.
Yeah, it's the two Ds, delirium and delulu.
I mean, strictly speaking, considering they're not real, technically
The
all
land of
dreams-
Delulu. Delulu land.
Let's go to
Delulu.
Lululand.
But
Okey-dokey.
specifically, like, she's known for those dreams. In addition to that, she is known to be rather fickle. Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not at all, like, caring of what other people say or compare her to, and 10 being Aphrodite. She's like Aphrodite.
That's my girl.
But other than that, you know, pretty benign goddess. Doesn't tend to mess with mortals all that much other than in their dreams. Will sometimes try to use dreams to get mortals together that she ships.
Nice.
So I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure she's not gonna
That
be
feels
that.
like it goes into the Delulu section.
I'm sure she won't. I'm sure it won't be too big of a problem that we're kind of in the same genre of.
I'm like, don't say that. You just raised a million flags.
Of dream.
Yeah, well, not necessarily the same genre of dreams, but the same genre of just domain, I guess you could say, specifically two dreams. Vim's not shipping people or trying to give people dreams. That's not really his area, so he's not necessarily going to be encroaching on that.
Is basically the best way to describe Chandradar is a teenager who is chronically on fanfic websites getting the abilities of a god.
That could be very bad.
Yes, it could be very bad. It could also be very benign and fine. Only time will tell. How well will Vim deal with this person? Who knows? We'll find out.
Yeah, so I don't know, if you hear of this goddess or know anything, just know that that's kind of the situation we're in.
All right. Anyone else have anything they'd like to do before they go to bed? All right, then.
Just
Pray.
pray to the. Just think how I'd
To
phrase
the old
this.
spark.
I'm just going to pray. I know the spark of creation isn't like it doesn't communicate. It doesn't like act with like motive or anything. But I pray that the spark of creation would bless me with the inspiration to know when to act to best protect my friends.
Fair enough.
Show me a design that leads us all to safety.
Rash normal prays to Magoobliet like she does every night.
As
My
as
praise are not normal.
as
Every god besides Magoobliet is not normal.
Is normal.
Part of her prayers include banging the pots and pans together.
How is there more rust on them?
No, that was before. That was part of her prayer.
Oh.
I want to say that Luna, like before she goes to bed, is like, "Dear Vim, please give Evie good dreams tonight. Thank you."
Pray to
Vim,
Vim.
Vim, that night, as you're resting, you see Evie kind of like zoned out in front of two doors, a door that is dark and twisted and a door that is bright and colorful and Luna themed.
Yeah, I'll steer her to the obvious decision there.
So dark and twisted?
No.
But yes, you put Evie into a pleasant Luna dream.
What was that
Also,
you said about
you
not
did
encroaching on
you did
that
wholeheartedly
goddess's shitting territory?
you did wholeheartedly hear Luna praying to you when you were resting.
Okay, so if the choice is this or nightmares, obviously this. But I'm not going to like put it in people's heads.
But yeah, you all get a full night's rest. You wake up the next day. There's 2 days left to travel before you get to the Astral Dreadnought like area. Luna, who would like to roll me a D100 for today's event?
Well, you said my name.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's who we're gonna pick.
Yeah.
I got the dice luck, so here's a 90-30.
All right, 93. 1 minute. Okay, so we have
It's a
to...
cool number, I see.
No, we've already hit that one's range. So,
Plus or
Rose,
minus.
roll me a D4. Do you want one to be going up to the next step, or odds to be going up or down on the chart?
Odds down, evens up.
Okay, roll it. Odds down. All right, so you go down to that one. It's a pleasant day. It is a quiet day of travel. Whilst you are all traveling that day, some interesting stuff happens. Luna, whenever you are near Evie, you feel stronger. Whenever you are near Evie, you have 10 temporary hit points. If you leave the room that Evie's in, you lose those temporary hit points.
Oh, I know what this is.
Just
Vrash.
every
The
time
power of love.
every time Luna's around Evie, she's just like flexing.
Every time you're in the same room as Darius,
Oh.
you get temporary hit points. Darius, you also get temporary hit points every time you're in the same room as Rash.
Nice.
Oh, this is not what I thought it was.
And
How
Vim,
much temporary hit points?
10 temporary hit points.
10.
Every time
Gotcha.
you're outside of Luna's door, you get 10 temporary hit points. It's only outside of Luna's door, though. It's the only spot where you feel stronger.
like
Damn it.
literally right outside.
Yeah, like literally right outside of Luna's door.
That's
gonna
rude.
bop you.
Oh, okay. Well, Vim's gonna be disturbed by that and not stand there.
Like, you feel stronger. Mimi. Every time Vim is outside of Luna's door, you feel stronger. Mimi.
Amazing. Every now and then I forget that Mimi's on the ship.
I forgot
I
who Mimi
never
was.
forget my child.
But yeah, other than that, it's a pretty benign day of travel.
Does everybody know Mimi exists, or is Vim
Except
still
for Vim.
unaware?
Everyone but Vin.
Until that thing draws attention to itself, Vim's gonna be unaware because he doesn't go snooping.
Amazing.
Vim, personal privacy is important.
Yeah, I mean, I'll steal other people's shit, but not in the circle.
That's
Something,
adorable.
something, don't, something where you live.
Something, the Circle reality TV show, one of you's secretly been an AI this entire time.
Is
Have
it
y'all
Luna?
have y'all not seen that?
No.
Oh, on the newest this is completely off topic,
It is,
chat, and I
Luna.
apologize. On the newest season of The Circle, which is the sort of like reality TV show, one of the contestants, because it's all done remotely, so you're all like locked in different rooms and you're communicating with each other through text and video calls. One of the contestants was just an AI.
Weird.
That's disappointing.
I'm
And
not gonna lie, that's pretty fucked up.
yeah, it was. And basically, like, whoever figured out, they were told at the beginning of the season, someone is an AI. If you can identify the AI, you get an additional prize.
Okay, so they were at least told before that
Yes.
there was an AI involved. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a
Um,
lot better.
but yeah, it was a very interesting series. Anyway, other than that, the day is quiet. Is there any sort of party conversations that you all want to have? Final plans before reaching the Astral Dreadnought the next day?
just double checking. Has anyone thought of anything they want made? I'm over here.
You just got me so many nice things the last time we played. I have speedy boots and a ribbon shield, and I've got
Oh,
so
the
many
rib. I
things
forgot the
now.
ribbon shield. That's so cute.
It is.
I
really
do
cute.
have something, Will, that actually, if I could, like, in my inventory, I can't remember where I got them, but I've got a rainbow set of face spices. Each color does something different. The only one I know for certain that you told me is, like, basically the purple is Zoloft for Eevee.
Yep.
When the Dr. Teletia news drops. Can I, like, maybe run a check to see if I could identify any of the other ones?
Yeah, you can either make me a cooking tools check, or you can just try it out and see what happens.
Let's see. I'll do a cooking tools check.
Cool. Use intelligence for the modifier.
Intelligence, you say?
Yep.
Are you sure about that?
Yep.
Are you sure it's not Constitution?
If you're testing on yourself, I'll let you use Constitution.
Constitution should be a sorcerer's main stat.
I'm like,
No.
I'm for it.
I'm for it.
Charisma, then con.
No, but their
Yeah.
power comes from their...
No, I think what he's saying is that should be their casting
Oh.
stat.
Yes.
I'll test it on me, I guess.
Alright,
This will
you
be
can-
interesting.
Which color
Luna
spice
would
are you
also
testing?
volunteer.
I'm gonna go with. I'll go with green.
Green? Okay.
And I tell Evie what I'm doing in case she wants to make any notes.
All
Because
right.
Evie likes experiments. And also could potentially heal me if this goes badly.
roll me your cooking tools. See if you can identify it.
I thought you said Constitution.
Con. You know what? I'll take that con. That's enough. That's a 3. That's a natural 1.
Nope, I'm gonna re-roll that
You
motherfucker.
have
Are you
like 2
sure?
hero points right now.
Yeah, I'm absolutely re-rolling that.
Want to be another nat 1.
Please no, don't you wish that on me?
I know
Don't
what
you wish
you're
that on me?
doing.
Where's my cooking tools?
I'm ensuring
where's
it's not a nat 1 because I'm a kind, benevolent DM.
There's my chef's tools. I'm doing my chef's tools. Fuck that.
18.
There we go. That's beautiful.
You
I don't know
managed
why
to
I
cook-
tried to do Constitution.
You managed to cook a pretty tasteful dish with it. The spice is a little bit tart. It's a little bit sour. But as you eat it, Rash, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
So rude. All right.
Didn't say
Wisdom
all the spices
saving.
would be beneficial.
That's true. I can make trap snacks.
Mm-hmm. You can make trap snacks.
Come on. Do the thing. There we go.
All right, Rash,
Once again, I will use my last hero point. We're almost at the end of the session anyway.
go for it. DC is 15, by the way.
Well, at least you get to find out what it does.
So, Rash,
So goddamn close.
if you look at Luna, what is something on Luna's person that you like?
On Luna's person that I like?
Yeah, like what is a possession that Luna has that Rash likes and admires?
I mean, Rash has always wanted to touch Luna's ears, but Rash is just short enough that Rash cannot get up
You
there.
really wish that you had Luna's ears. Like you need Luna's ears
Oh,
in your
God.
possession right now.
Rash is gonna start climbing up Luna's body.
Rash, what are you doing?
I just need to borrow these for just a moment. Don't worry about this moonshine. And she starts,
those
starts
are
just like
attached.
All right, I'm going to try and pluck Rash off.
just a little bit.
Make me a strength
Rash,
Just a little.
Nope.
check.
Rash is too strong.
Rash,
Too strong.
make me athletics check.
Yeah, I will. Wait, athletics check against Darius or against Luna?
To pull Luna's ears off.
Oh, I don't want to hurt Luna.
If this is
Make me
getting
an athletics check.
loud,
You-
I'm not saying instead of this. If this is happening, this is happening. But afterwards, I'm going to try.
I'm like, is Darius
spell.
trying to help Luna? Can I impose disadvantage on myself?
Athletics check, Rash.
Ah!
Ooh,
You pull really hard. You do not rip Luna's ears off. Don't worry. But like Luna, have you ever had like your hair pulled like really really hard?
Yeah.
It's like that.
hearing
And then after
Rash's pupils are just like blown wide, like
As-
she's on like the most drugs, and it's just like, why won't they come on?
as you say that and like Luna lets out that yip, Rash, the effect of the spice fades.
Oh,
And you're-
Luna, I am so sorry. I am so sorry, Moonshine. I do not know what happened. That spice is not good spice. And she just starts like petting Luna. She's so apologetic. She starts making Luna's favorite carrot cake.
Oh, that's nice.
Like immediately starts.
Rash,
I am so sorry,
these
Moonshine.
ears, they are my ears, so they are attached. You cannot see, but they are attached.
I hand Evie the green jar, the green spice jar, and I'm like, okay, so Evie, what we know about this is it will compel someone to. It will make people stupid, first of all, and will compel them to do something, to want to chase something.
Yes, I believe that is correct. Rash, Luna, are your ears okay? Here. And Evie like puts her like slime around your ears to like cool them a bit. Like a
Immediately
natural ice pack.
gives Luna some plant-based milk in the meantime.
Okie dokie, I accept your apology.
I am so sorry. I am sorry, Moonshine.
Just remember that those are my ears.
I will keep that in mind. Would you
mean-
like to pull my ears? She like
No,
turns her
those are
head.
your ears.
They could have been your ears, Rash, if you would have pulled a little bit harder.
Should I make like armored ear kind of guards? Like not things that entirely encompass the ears that would deafen you, but like cool metal backs for them.
You made me a helmet that does.
That's true. That's true, and that actually prevents sounds from reaching you. So, never mind. I haven't been able to make it something in a while. I feel like I've got all this pent up
You
energy.
just made me a shield the last time we played.
That was days ago.
Oh, Darius. So,
I have
as this day comes to an end,
I
and
don't
you
know,
all
go
get...
back.
I was gonna say, Darius, if you really want to make something,
If I
Rash has a knitting pattern that we got back way when we first started. And the knitting pattern is like a spell pattern that will give you an AC +1, but it needs magic to work, so Rash has no use for this knitting pattern.
I was just gonna say, like, if I can't think of anything, I start making like little busts of Nito.
Wait,
That's cute.
Darius, if Rash is going to keep trying these spices, would you make like a little cage for her? So
I will.
While she
You know what?
tries
That-
the spices so that she cannot hurt anybody.
I will
That
make
is
a ra-
smart. I like this plan.
I'm not gonna think about how enthused you are about being put in a cage. I am going to
Kink
make a
shame
rash.
Darius?
I'm going to make a rash-sized cage, but also because cages do have many applications. You can put lots of dangerous creatures in there potentially, so.
Including your barbarian.
Including the barbarian or a really
Is she
angry.
not a dangerous
It
creature?
just has like a caution sign over it.
Or if we ever
Warning,
come
do not
Caution.
feed.
Danger
Cannon will
barbarian.
bite.
water twice a day.
Not after midnight.
Yeah. In case we come across like something really dangerous, like a space duck, we can put it in there.
It's I, Duck Dodgers, of the 21st and
Oh
a half
God.
century.
Oh God! Banishment.
I've made Duck Dodgers in Starfinder. That was great. Anyway.
Anyway.
Yeah, you all get one final long rest, And as your ship pulls up, you see in the distance a planet-sized galleon that is just moving through the astral sea, with a number of smaller astral ships docked all the way along it that are sort of anchored in and being pulled by the ship itself. The ship itself has, like, a pretty standard hull, but then, like, as it's getting taller and taller, you can see the very top, like, the very top bridge of this ship is just covered in gold. And, like, the upper floors are gold and filigree, and then as they get lower, they're, like, less precious metals and gemstones. And attached to the side of the ship, in view of you all, you can see, with its name sort of X'd out over it, the Sunseeker.
So Sunseeker is X'd out?
Yeah.
Is there a new thing above it?
No, it's just not yet named. That was the ship that you were all on at the start.
Yeah.
It was planet-sized?
No, it's docked onto the big galleon.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Well, I guess
Full
we
circle.
know who might be here.
I don't suppose we want to try this with any amount of stealth or anything. Though, admittedly, would they even recognize this ship? I can't remember.
Nope.
They never
wouldn't
saw
want
this
to-
ship.
No,
Okay.
they never saw
No.
this ship. Now when we get off the ship,
Well,
That's the
hopefully by
question.
then it'll be too late for them to do anything.
As the party ship begins to dock onto the galleon, we're going to cut away from the party and go to, like, one of the lower sections of the galleon, where you see a sort of coliseum. But in the middle of the coliseum, there is, like, it's a circular structure with wood around it, and then a beam through the center with astral sea at the bottom of it. And then hung up all around are a number of cages with people in it, and hung at the bottom of the beam is another cage that has a elven figure in it that has astral sea, like, nipping at their heels every couple seconds as it moves through the sea. The elven figure in the cage is very recognizable.
Oh,
Can you
boy.
guess who it is, Chad?
is it the prince?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Is it? I was gonna guess the prince. Is it Aaronhart?
No.
But he's on the gilded.
He's on the
Yeah.
guild thing.
is it Solus?
No. Half elf.
Okay, we don't have to shoot him. Then.
Half elf figure was on the Sunseeker. Put you all in an airlock.
Is it
Oh,
Myark?
Yes, my arc is in a cage.
I feel
Evie
less.
would be pleased.
I feel less concerned.
But yes,
well, this Myark is good, isn't he?
Oh, Evie just never liked my arc, but Evie also used to like Tolatio, so maybe Evie's opinion has changed.
Myark withheld some very big things from both Evie and them. So neither are pleased.
Would this be essentially like their big brother or
Yes.
little brother?
Big brother
Not,
technically.
not,
Big brother
Uh,
technically now.
not
Yeah.
in Vim's opinion.
No, like, as far genetically speaking, Vim, like, yes, he is technically your
Gross.
big brother.
Gross. Vim, I don't claim it.
Vim adamantly rejects the proposal of Big Brother.
But thank you all so much for coming to tonight's episode. Join us next time when we will have Evie back for the beginning of our pirate adventure.
Yay!
And
Yarr.
we will see you all on
Yar.
the next one. Bye-bye.
Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.